another Wellness Wins here. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And I am excited to come to you on this last month. This particular session is going to be featured me and I'm so excited because we get the opportunity to talk about being on the move and incorporating wellness wins within our daily activities. So, welcome to another episode. I am your host, Coach Nyala Allen, and this episode is designed for anyone who is on the go. If you have thought about traveling, um, you're juggling all of life's activities, or you're managing a busy season. Like this time of the year, some people are winding down, some people are traveling, and there's an opportunity for us to incorporate our wellness inside of our travel, inside of our busy schedule in this season. And if this is your first time tuning in, Wellness Wins is a space for us to celebrate our real life progress in wellness. It is an opportunity to share our health and our wellness successes versus hearing all of the negative things that we hear about when it comes to our health and wellness. We all know when you don't eat right, when you don't rest well, when you don't stay hydrated, the things that can happen to your body, like fatigue and the compound effects causing hypertension. And when you eat too much, have too much sugar intake, having diabetes, and all of the health woes that are discussed in the world. And I wanted to create a episode or a series called Wellness Wins so we can focus on the things that we're doing well and highlight those things and amplify them. When we're aware of what we're doing well, the idea is that we are able to do more of those wellness activities so that we can improve our life and get out of the state of survival and into thriving states and making wellness a lifestyle habit and doing it small steps at a time so that we can achieve those big wins like weight loss and more energy and all of those things. And so we're diving in tonight to talk about staying well on the move because wellness doesn't stop when life gets busy. It doesn't stop when you have travel plans. It doesn't stop when there is a curveball or there's a passing in the family or anything like that. Life continues to continue on. And it may be where there's an opportunity for you to take some more rest, which earlier conversations outside of today's episode, we had that conversation. But before we dive in, I want to remind people that everything that's shared on this particular channel is basically for inspiration and educational purposes. We are all at different stages and places in our health journey. We're in different places and stages in our business, in our leadership goals, and I advise you to speak with a professional, whether it is your specific one-on-one coach in leadership, if it's your specific one-on-one coach in health and wellness, or if you need to speak with a doctor before you start and implement any of the suggestions that we suggest here. This is education, and the goal of this episode is to bring awareness of things that you can do and can incorporate. And again, bring it to your professionals so that you can have something tailored specific to you. Okay. And so there's reality of being on the move. Like I said, this season might be a slowdown for some people. And at the same time, it might be a season where you're speeding up. You are planning for 2026, hopefully, and you're also booking flights, making travel arrangements, getting all of the gifts that you're going to give, spending all of your money, hopefully not, spending money to be with family and friends and to celebrate this particular season. So, when we're traveling, it's natural to have your routine get off track just a little bit. Like you're running from one commitment to the next. Your wellness rhythm can be disrupted. It will be disrupted, right? Because you're not in your regular space. Maybe you've moved to a different state altogether and you have to find that new rhythm, right? It's normal that there's a shift. Being busy doesn't mean abandoning our wellness goals because we all know that life gets loud, our schedules get hectic and they shift, flights get delayed, our family needs us, work pulls at us. We have different projects that might be heavier than others. Your routine won't look the same as it does when you're at home or when you're in a regular season. And that doesn't mean you stop prioritizing you, right? The shift is to build a wellness focused habit that is thriving a lifestyle. It is a habit that you're focusing on healthy habits and being an intentional and having a sense of awareness. So the goal is to notice the disruption when you're in a state of it, even before it happens, to plan accordingly. And when you're in the midst of it, and maybe the plan isn't going as you would like, to correct that course quickly so you don't get into a place of being stuck and feeling defeated. So, how do we do that? First and foremost, we want to plan. If you know that you are traveling, you want to think about and visualize what is it that you are going to be doing, right? What do you need to incorporate on a daily basis so during your travels so that you can get your workout in, so that you can stay hydrated, so that you can have energy throughout the travel. Maybe you're going to a conference and in that conference you have breakout room to breakout room to breakout room to breakout room, right? What would it look like for you to take the opportunity to visualize, okay, this is the schedule that I have. Where can I incorporate 15 minutes worth of movement in my activity? And what type of movement do you want to have? Is it going to be in the morning? Is it going to be midday based on the schedule? Is it going to be before you go to bed? And I recommend that you do like hours before you want to go to sleep, because when you get into the state of exercise, your body tends to get a jolt of energy as a result of your workout, and it could impact your rest. It could impact a sleepful, deep rest. So think about your schedule coming up. Visualize how you want to feel during your travel, how you want to operate in this place and state of being energized and full of zeal and meeting different people or presenting or being with family, simply being present and aware and having a sense of clear mind, right? So the first step is to visualize what it is that you're going to be doing. What do you think you need to incorporate? Okay. And then you assess. Assess, like, get out of the visualization and get into reality. How much time do you have now to prep, right? What space will you have when you're there? What space do you have now? Do you have space in your luggage to bring anything with you? Can you call the hotel in advance to see what type of workout equipment they have and to make sure that the machines are working well? Is there a gym nearby? Can you simply walk around the area? What do you need to pack so that you can stay warm when you're outdoors taking a brisk walk for your 10 to 15 minutes? Wellness must fit the season that you're in. It shouldn't be a fight. It should be something that you can add in and incorporate. These are small intentional habits. So start thinking about, how can I realistically incorporate the wellness within my travels, within visiting family? Hey, can you incorporate an accountability partner? Someone in your family that may want to take some walks with you so that you can have some conversation. If it's a business trip, maybe you are collaborating with a partner or someone else within the office has an exercise routine that you can maybe coordinate with, right? So that would be the second thing that you can do. And this is ideally, this is if you have planned, that you have a travel coming up, your schedule is going to be disrupted. You want to make sure that your wellness and your health journey, all the activities are incorporated. And you want to think about your travel when you pack. What are you going to take with you? Bottled water. Okay, going through TSA, you can't take water through it, right? But you can have an empty bottle that you can fill up once you get to the airport. And as you're walking from one terminal to the next, getting those steps in, you can sip on some water because you are burning calories, you are encountering different things, your stress levels may be a little bit heightened during this season and traveling, and you want to stay hydrated. You want to make sure that your body is functioning well and you don't get depleted. Okay. Water has a lot of benefits, and we'll talk about that here in a moment. Now, if you haven't planned, even if you know a trip is coming and you tend to be a procrastinator, and you get in the midst of your travels, in the midst of your work projects, and you find yourself in a state of frustration and you're like, dog, I haven't incorporated any of my wellness activities. I would caution you to now take the step to pause and take deep, intentional breaths. I love box breaths, meaning you inhale for a certain count of seconds, hold your breath after the inhale for a certain count of seconds, and then you exhale. That can be a 4 count, it can be a 6 count, it can be an 8 count. The goal here is having your breath reset your nervous system so that you can make the next decision. You can notice your tension wherever it is in your body. You can notice the distraction and silence the noise. Be aware and then create the choice to choose the next best step in clarity and without the frustration and without a sense of survival mode, like the flight or fright stance. You want to make it from a place of confidence. And breathing allows your nervous system to reset, relax, and allows you to make clear and conscious decisions of what is the next best thing. When you ask yourself the question, what is the next best thing and what is important to me in this very moment? How is this aligning with my values? How is this aligning with the goals that I've set out during this travel, during my family visits, during the business project that we have? So instead of asking, how do I keep everything on track, on schedule, and just perfectly aligned, you want to ask yourself, how can I honor myself in this moment and make the next best decision that will set me up for a better future, right? Honoring, honoring yourself is the assignment. When you're in the state of frustration, your feathers are ruffled. We don't have feathers. That's a figure of speech. When you're in a state of angst, nervousness, doubt, fear, your breath is the simplest thing that you can do to reset and make decisions from a state of calmness and clarity. So remember what matters. You assess your reality, you have visualized, you have planned in advance, you visualize what you need, you assess what you currently have, the space that you have, how you're going to move forward, and you make the choice for the next best step. And in the state of unplanned situations and frustration and what feels like chaos, you choose the next best step for yourself. Wellness on the go is an intentional decision that's built through steps, small intentional steps that give you big wins. You need to, I really don't like the word need. It is a requirement to be consistent, to have this be an intentional lifestyle. So now let's talk about the tools that make it possible for you to keep wellness, your movement, your healthy habits at the forefront, regardless if you're at home or you're in travel. We talked about water. Water regulates, having hydration, it regulates your energy, your focus, your mood, and your metabolism. Every system in your body relies on water. Your body is made up of over 60% of water. Your cells are built up of over 60% of water. So you need to make sure you stay hydrated. Carry water everywhere you go. And as I said, going through TSA, you can bring your own water bottle. They have water fountains, filtered water fountains throughout airports. Most airports that I've been through have filtered water fountains. Unless you carry dollars for those portable waters, or when you get on the plane, you ask the flight attendant for extra water. Sometimes they have the large bottles that you can pour into cups, and maybe they'll fill up your water bottle. But carry it everywhere you go and sip regularly, because absorption is more effective when you sip throughout the day than when you chug it in the morning. Look, I'm a chugger. To be quite honest, I like to get my water in the first thing in the morning. It makes me, in my mind, feel accomplished with staying hydrated. And at the same time, maybe having 8 ounces when I first wake up and then sipping on a bottle of water throughout the day, which I don't have mine close by. It's on the table over here. Having that and sipping it throughout the day is more effective than chugging water all in one stance, because then sometimes you just peeing it out, excuse me, for not being politically correct. Also, staying hydrated along with drinking water. You want to use electrolytes when needed. Minerals support hydration balance, right? So if you are working out, if you work out on a regular basis, sometimes I do 2 exercises or 2 workouts within a day. It's important for me to get the electrolytes or replenish the electrolytes in my body. If you sweat a lot, you need that mineral support. And it could look like putting a little bit of salt, sea salt in your water, or getting the hydration, the electrolyte water or the alkaline water that helps to keep your body hydrated and balanced. Okay. And it's important to drink before your meals. And I talked about when you first wake up in the morning, your body has been at rest for anywhere. Some people sleep 4 hours. I hope you get more rest. And if you are getting the 4 hours, I hope that it's deep rest so that your body can really replenish and repair itself. But it's working at night while you're sleeping. So when you wake up in the morning, it's important to replenish replenish your electrolytes and the water that you have used over the course of the night. It's also important to drink water before meals because it would help in your appetite to making sure you don't overeat, and just understanding that timing matters. I suggest you speak and get with a dietitian that can help you with your specific schedule and your specific diet if you have questions on the timing of when to drink water and how often, right? Hydration alone can improve your mood, your focus, and your performance because your brain and your body can't function to this its highest state when it's dehydrating. Ask me how I know. And as soon as I get off of here, I'm going to get my electrolytes in, right? The second thing that we can do to, as a tool and incorporate no matter where we are, is to have movements. Movement doesn't have to be an actual workout. You don't have to go to the gym to get your workout in. You can use your chair, you can use some stairs, you can use towels, you can use your socks, you can use a shirt in terms of stretching, and different things to have movement within your daily routine. Your circulation matters more than the duration of your workout. When I first get up in the morning, I do a wake up stretch because my joints and your joints need lubrication. Waking up, rotating those shoulders five times forward, 5 times in reverse, help to warm up the body. Doing abdominal twists help to wake up your spine. Cat and cow movements on the floor. Or sometimes I will be in my bed doing the cat and cow. Don't judge me. Again, this is educational, inspirational tips for you to move forward in your wellness journey. But you can use chair stretches, do chair stretches, squats to allow the repetition to build your strength and do it frequently. You can do it 2 to 3 times a day, especially when you have breaks. Having and incorporating movement of 60 seconds during your breaks helps your nervous system regulate. It helps your nervous system. It gets those angst out. If you're someone that sits at the desk all day long, you want to have some movement in your body. Do some squats at your desk. When you go to the bathroom, right? If you're traveling, walk the terminal because movement resets your energy. It helps to keep you energized. That's why it's important, if at all possible, to do it early in the morning, the first thing in the morning, not first thing, but early in the morning, so that you can remain energized throughout the day or halfway during the day to keep you going, to get that extra step. Movement is medicine, even in small doses, because the body was designed to move and not to sit still all day. Taking it back to biblical times, God put Adam in the garden and his assignment was to work, right? He had everything he needed in the garden and he had to work that garden as well. He had to be a keeper of it. So, the same God that created us then is the same God that is here for us now. And movement is the medicine that helps to heal and repair your body. The third thing that you need to do when it comes to wellness and health and performance, and I hesitate on saying the word need. However, nutrition, food fuels your body. It can also frustrate it because your blood sugar affects your mood and your focus. So if you're not getting enough food, that hangry term that's used, it's a real thing. You might not have enough fuel in your body, and your body is just simply, your moods are off. You're having mood swings, you're disgruntled with people, you are combative because you're not eating enough. One, you're not drinking enough water, you're not getting enough rest, and most importantly, you're not nourishing your body. So choose protein forward snacks because protein stabilizes your energy. Our cells are 60%, more than 60% of water, but it's also composed of proteins. There are different types of proteins in our body, right? So incorporating high protein foods, and that includes green leafy vegetables, they have protein in them, right? Helps to get that energy, keep your energy going, and also repairs your muscles. So, something to consider, carry snacks. Having the convenience of something in your bag, those Ziploc bags, reduces the impulse to getting fast food on the go. It reduces it. I'm not saying that it eliminates it. However, choosing snacks like carrots and celery, minimizing those sauces that go along with it, will help to reduce the impulse choices of getting the fast foods or things that will not fuel your body in the way that it needs to be energized for the travel that you have, for the workflow that you have, and for the clarity that you need to be present with family or at work. It also helps to release guilt. When you eat, this dopamine that's released in your body, and there's a actual mood swing that helps to make you feel happy, right? And it keeps you in the momentum of knowing that you've given your body what you need. And therefore, it reduces the shame that comes along with being consistent. I hope this is making sense. All in all, eat for stability, not for perfection, and do your best not to do it for taste. It's important that food tastes good so that we can enjoy it. And at the same time, food is meant to fuel our body. So give your body what it needs and be consistent, because consistency beats the restriction and the fasting and all of those things. What do they say? Obedience is better than sacrifice. It beats it every time. The fourth thing is to protect your peace. Your emotional wellness travels with you because stress doesn't stay behind. Especially if you're traveling, it's going to increase. So do your deep breathing, because it grounds you. Have gratitude because it calms your mind. Stay in prayer for all my believers. Stay in prayer. and do your grounding exercises of breathing, praising, because we know alignment restores our clarity. And be sure to have silence notifications, because when you focus on your self care and you make it intentional, you can set that reminder for yourself to say, hey, I'm taking 5 minutes every 3, every 2, or every hour, right? I'm taking 5 minutes to get up, go for a walk around the house. I'm going to walk the terminal instead of waiting on my flight to come, right? So remember that your hydration, your movement, your nourishment, and peace are all tools that you have that you can take with you, because wellness is multi-dimensional and it's not a one size fit all. So I know I've had people ask me, well, Coach Nyala, you're not really talking to me when you're saying the things that you say about fitness. That's because it is hard for me to generalize things when there's not a one size fits all. So I do want to transition and talk about why the small wins matter more than our big gestures. I know this is probably one of the longest, if not the longest, session that I will have, episode that I will have. But every small win reinforces your identity, reinforces my identity, but it reinforces the identity as someone who takes care of themselves. Who we are and our identity drives our behavior. And this is something that I've been doing some deep personal work on. See, our small habits are compounded, and when you are intentional about being consistent, you start to build trust with yourself. You start to trust that, hey, I did that small thing. Now I can continue to do, hey, I took a bag of carrots and ate them as snacks yesterday. Hey, I can do that again. Okay, I can incorporate raisins, no more than 8 per serving and no more than 2 servings per day. Start thinking about the intentional things that you can do to nourish your body, to hydrate your body, to keep your body moving, so that you can build that trust within yourself and you can do more things and it can remain sustainable. This is not a one-time hit or one-time wonder. Like, all we know, all of those singers that have been one-hit wonders and they have great songs, but it's like, man, can we have like a Lauryn Hill that had a whole album full of songs that were hits? And I believe that took intentional writing. Small habits that compound over time helps to build that trust and that momentum. So you can start where you are today. I don't care if you fell off the wagon yesterday. You can reset today. You can build from the experience that you had from yesterday and keep that momentum going. Having extra water because hydration compounds. Balanced snacks because stability matters. Having balanced snacks throughout the day helps to keep your mood stabilized, people. And if you're doing a spiritual fast, Daniel's fast has fruits and vegetables in it. Doing a 10-minute walk because the movement relieves your stress. Saying no, creating those boundaries because your boundaries protect your energy. It first protects your peace and then provides you energy because you get the opportunity to say yes to the things that really fuel you. Someone told me, I'm just the type of person that I have I just know that I'm going to do it. And that's great if that fits your goal. I can move forward in that and just grit my teeth and grind through it. That's great if that's your goal. If that's a wellness habit for you. Yes, now you have your master's degree and your doctorate degree and all of those things. And at what cost? As long as you know what you're investing in, what your rate of return is, that's all that matters. This is not a comparison to anyone else. And stretching, because your body communicates what it needs. Stretching is something that is highly overlooked, especially for those that work out on a regular basis. Give yourself 10 minutes of stretching. Allow to see if your abductors and abductors are tight. If your calves are tight, massage your body. Stretch your toes. Final recap, y'all. I'm winding down because I'm way over time. These small choices, your small choices say that you choose yourself. And let me say it as if I am saying it. I choose myself. I stay consistent. I'm growing in a busy season. I'm not stuck. It may not feel like I'm moving forward, yet I know the activities that I'm doing is propelling me in the direction in which I am going. Because transformation follows the daily decisions that we make each and every day. So, what's one small win that you'll commit to for these next 2 weeks? Because I'm here to tell you that the one decision that you make today can change the momentum that you have on your life. This is why the Hard 90 Challenge works, because it focuses on one area of for 90 days of consistency. And it's a personal commitment, but we have accountability around it. We meet once a week. And each week we get to have clarity, and clarity creates the consistency in moving forward in the right direction. If something doesn't work, we know, okay, we need to adjust and shift and continue to do the things that work well. So I encourage you all to join the Act Hot Squad newsletter. I will be sure to have the link in the description below. You can also comment wellness wins, or let me know if you want to get more information about the Hard 90 Challenge, or having one-on-one coaching sessions with me, Coach Nyala, and we will go over our key wellness plan, your specific key wellness plan that is designed for you, not for anyone else, for you, to incorporate those wellness and healthy habits on a daily, monthly, and yearly basis, so that this becomes a lifestyle for you, so that you can be energized for you, for your family, so you can be present and clear for your family, your friends, and in business. Your wellness wins, let it travel with you, because you carry the power. You don't need perfect conditions. You don't need all of the perfect weights, because intention creates your overall progress. I encourage you all to keep envisioning you, because the key to your next breakthrough is within you. You already have them. Allow me the opportunity to help you unlock and unlearn the things that are holding you back, and allow me to empower you to execute and elevate in your wellness and health journey. That's it for now. I look forward to seeing you on the next Wellness Wins.